I got before the sun comes up and I melt and I have to wait until next winter till you come back and make me a snowman again? Weeks? What are you talking about, weeks? It's time for you to...
Check the number and dial again.
The number you've called is disconnected.
Please check the number and dial again.
If you'd like to leave a callback number,
Please check the number and dial again.
Hey everybody, this is Anthony Medjbie from MagneticMemoryMethod.com, the website devoted to giving you every possible advantage, improving your memory. And in this video, we're going to talk about remembering numbers with a technique that works with shapes. As a little bit of review though, I hope that you've checked out the first video in this playlist which taught you this particular technique. And the important point that I really wanted to draw out there is that you want to reduce the arbitrariness of the associations that you make, which is going to be true in this video as well. So if you haven't seen that first video and you don't know why the heck that this snake is associated with snoring, and you don't know why Noah would be linked up with two vertical columns in the letter N, then you're going to want to check that out because it's going to help you understand how to associate numbers with shapes. Before we get started, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you like this kind of educational content. I know it's a little bit challenging and some of it can be even a little bit difficult, but I am here to help you figure it all out, figure out how to associate numbers with shapes. Just let me know that you're into this, that you're engaged. And if you aren't subscribed to this channel yet, join us because we have some amazing, amazing things going on. And if you hit that little subscribe button and the bell, then you'll be notified when we go live. So you can join us on live discussions about improving your memory as well. So with that said, let's get started and talk about associating numbers with shapes. The first thing to do is to just make it simple. Like 1 equals a candle. Now, why is candle a good image to choose? Well, one of the reasons why is because candles do stuff, right? So candles light on fire. Likewise, you could choose a match because matches do stuff. They light on fire. Drumsticks do stuff. Lars Ulrich from Metallica. I believe they're from the same country. Maybe that's where my little brain blip, ugly sister. Actually, that's called the ugly sister effect in memory science. So I will not delete it out because if you don't know my post on the ugly sister effect and podcast episode, you're going to want to get into that because it's just a fun phenomenon once you know what it is and why it's happening to you. Anyway, so we've got Lars Ulrich from Metallica with drumsticks. That could work as well. But the problem with drumsticks really is that there are multiple ones. There's at least 2, right? And some people have a big satchel full of them. Candles, you can see much more singular in your mind. You can see like a monk with 1 candle. And all you do is you choose to make a non-arbitrary association to the candle and the number 1. And in order to do this, you really just got to think and maybe get a candle in your house and etch the number 1 into it and burn it or do something physical, tangible, whatever it is that makes connections for you. And really, you don't have to go to that extent, but if it works, do it. But the point is that you make a choice, whatever it is, a matchstick, a drumstick. I'm sure that you could come up with all kinds of other possibilities there. It could be a street lamp. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it means something to you. So I like a candle because I remember a candle that I used to light when I was writing, when I was in early university, and I almost lit the house on fire because I was making this poetry book and I was trying to like incorporate wax into it. I used to publish these zines and send them all over the place. And I almost lit the whole place on fire. And so that's why I chose candle for myself, because I have a non-arbitrary association connected to an actual location, which is a memory palace in the home where that happened. And so the candle becomes very, very important to me. It was just 1 candle, and I did that just once. So it's very, very simple to make that association. Let me give you another example with the number 2. I like to use a swan because a swan is sort of it's not naturally shaped like a number 2, but there's a natural association there between that shape. And I'm not going to go through every number under the sun, but you can imagine number 3 being sort of like a mustache maybe, which connects back to our previous video on the major method, because in that video I suggested that you associate 3 with a mustache as well. And you can actually have both of these systems coexist in your head and use them for different purposes if you want. And it's good to be be able to do so. The only time I would say that you don't want to have multiple systems going on is if you're in a memory competition. I did that, and it didn't work really well. It actually confused me and seriously diminished my results because I was switching from, candles and swans and swandles, which is, what would 12 would be. And then I went on over to things like Noah and snakes, and I was trying to use the two techniques at the same time, and it doesn't really work. But if you just pick one and stick with one in competition, you'll do a lot better. But in real life, you have more flexibility, so you can switch between the two of them. So I highly recommend that you make sure you check out that previous video and you understand the major and you use it. And it's really, really fantastic. So to review, to associate numbers with shapes, understand that it's really, really important to reduce the arbitrariness. Put a little thought into it, Don't go necessarily with the first thing for the rest of your life, and the first time it doesn't work, you're like, oh, I forgot what the association was. No, don't be like that. Actually put some thought into it. A candle might not work for you, but maybe you were at a concert and you actually caught one of Lars Ulrich's drumsticks when he threw it out into the audience, or you were at some other concert, Green Day, I don't know, something, or maybe your girlfriend got hit in the head with a drumstick from a band, I don't know, but search your mind a little bit for what it could be that makes it non-arbitrary. Same thing with swans. You think this is just any generic swan under the sun? No, I like these particular swans because I remember going to the zoo and seeing particular swans, and it's a particular zoo, and there was a camel there that also used to spit on people, and so on. So there's a story to each and every one. Is this any old mustache? Well, in this picture, yes. But it's actually the one time I think of when my dad shaved his beard off and only had a mustache, and it looked kind of funny. Okay, so now it's your turn. I'm not going to go through every single number, but 4 could be a sailboat. The challenge is, what sailboat is it? And it could be a sailboat you like from a movie. It could be anything, I don't know. Or, if you're going to use the number 8, what do you think that could be? How about a snowman? I like a snowman, even if they melt and fade away, and it could be a very, very particular snowman. The point is to make it really, really critical for yourself. I personally use a snowman for 8, but not just any snowman. It's the first snowman that we made, and I just will never forget it, and I'll never forget the whole absurdity of putting a carrot in the nose and all that sort of stuff. So it's really, really personal, and the arbitrariness is reduced to an absolute minimum, and 8 just looks like snowman if you think about it. So there you go. It's your turn. Let me know how you do. Leave a comment below. Again, if you like this kind of content, put a thumbs up to let me know you're engaged, and if you would like a seat on my webinar, come and visit me at magneticmemorymethod.com/3x to triple your memory. We're going to talk about 4 simple steps that you can learn right now and use to experience memory improvement fast. Hit that register button. A little registration screen will come up and you will get started. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until we speak again, well, it's time to
Check the number and dial again.
The number you've called is disconnected.
Please check the number and dial again.
If you'd like to leave a callback